Hello, this is Nathan, and welcome to Thunder Up Talk. So, in the previous video, I talked a little bit about myself, but I am ready to go to actually talk about some of the Thunder topics that are taking place. So, the first thing I would like to start with today is just talking about Sam Presti's presser, end of the year presser. I thought it was really interesting. I really love listening to him. Every time I listen to him talk, I'm just so thankful that he is our GM. He always has a plan in place and a decisive plan in place that they stick to, and it just feels like they stick to it to a T, unlike many other teams in the NBA. One of the coolest things that I thought, obviously, he kind of started out talking about, I listened to the whole thing. I listened to all 2 hours, and just him talking and allowing that many questions when he definitely doesn't have to is, in my mind, incredible. It just makes him, he's just so available for all the reporters and all the fans, and it's really cool. But he started out talking about just thanking all the medical staff, and it was just a reminder to me, thinking about all of the injuries that we had to go through as a team, and and just how big of a role all those people behind the scenes play. So I thought that was really classy and really cool that he did that. Another point that I really thought was cool, that stood out to me for whatever reason, he talked about how we have a team of underdogs, all the players that were, undrafted, like Alex Caruso and Lou Dort, guys that weren't expected to be all NBA MVPs like Shai. Even Jalen Williams, who was drafted 12. Everyone thought he was drafted way too high when he was drafted. So he said that he did think that they are a team of underdogs for sure, but that the state of Oklahoma City, wasn't necessarily a state and city of underdogs. And to me, the point that he was trying to stress and just get across was the fact that it's kind of like we've made it. We're a big time city now. We're a championship city now. And we can kind of lose the inferior complex that many fans, I feel like, maybe even residents have had with our city to a degree and with our team, just because we came so close so many times, had so much talent early on. And I think that's important because I think of like my kids and all the other kids here in Oklahoma City and in Oklahoma. They're just going to think of the Thunder as a championship team, a winning organization. Like, it's going to be something that might even be expected if we continue winning, another 1 or 2 championships. So I think it just changes the perspective. It kind of makes the city, cooler and just something to be proud of. And I thought that was really cool that he talked about that in the presser. That really stood out to me. Of course, he also broke news about Jalen Williams. So J-Dub apparently had a fairly significant injury. I was kind of aware of it. I knew there was something going on with his wrist because I had remembered just some things that he's done in the game that made me aware of that. But I had definitely forgotten about it kind of as the playoffs are going along. And it just really made me thankful that we have a player that is so tough, willing to play through games where, he had an injury that's going to that has already required surgery. And he brought up a great point in the fact that, like, he just never complained about the injury, never made any excuses. He had several off games in Denver. He had a few off games in the other series as well. But then there's also a game where he scored 40 points in the finals, and that's just incredible. So it kind of made me think of Kobe a little bit. Jalen is number 8. Kobe used to be number 8, and I know Jalen, he says that he really loves Kobe and just how tough he was. He's tough as nails. And to have a player just not fall on that injury as an excuse to have poor games was really awesome. We all love Jalen Williams. We love Dub. And it just, the respect for him went even higher after hearing that. So, by all accounts, he just had surgery, I think, a couple of days ago. Seems like he's doing okay, and he'll be able to play at the beginning of the season. So it all worked out well, but definitely commendable to go through all that, because I'm sure I've had wrist injuries just in basketball too, and they can really hurt. And mine didn't require any type of surgery. So the other thing that I would like to talk about just a little bit are our draft picks. So Thomas Sorber, when I was thinking about the draft, I probably, like several others, I either wanted a big, because I do feel like there's a need there. I would have loved a shooter as well, given the shooting issues we had during the playoffs, especially on road games. It just really seemed that our role players just really struggled to get shots off, and when they did, they just were not going down. Luckily at home, there's a huge improvement with the shooting, but I kind of wanted a kind of a bigger wing if possible that could get more shots up, a bigger volume of 3-point shots. That could maybe get them up a little more easily than like an Isaiah Joe in the playoffs. But to get somebody who is a shooter and can also play defense, because on the Oklahoma City Thunder, Mark Daigneault, he requires that you play defense. And so to get both of that together, a big wing that can shoot threes and play really great defense, is a really hard thing to get. So I was definitely very happy with Thomas Sorber out of Georgetown. He's 6'10", with the 7'6" foot wingspan, which of course a lot of us know Presti loves a huge wingspan. Even Brooks Barnhizer, who was drafted 44th in the second round, he's a smaller guy, but he has a big wingspan too. He's 6'5", and his wingspan is 6'11". But back to Sorber just a little bit. I thought it was pretty apparent that he's going to end up being Isaiah Hartenstein's replacement. Ideally, if everything goes according to plan. Just from what little I've seen from him, he plays defense, which is great. That's a great start for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He is a little bigger, so that will help, I think, especially complement Chet, just like Hartenstein has complemented Chet, guarding some of those bigger bodied guys. That way Chet can play kind of off the ball a little bit and kind of roam around a little bit and help on defense. So I kind of see Sorber playing that Isaiah Hartenstein role in the next couple of years. So he plays defense, he rebounds really well, he's got a great IQ, it seems like, and it seems like he's really got a good knack for passing the ball, which of course Isaiah Hartenstein is great at doing as well. So I don't know if he will play a whole lot next year. I wouldn't be shocked if he plays some, just because Mark likes throwing everybody in those games during the regular season, it appears. And it'll be good for him to get experience. I do worry a little bit about his feet. He's bigger. I don't know how quick his feet are, so that will probably be a growing pain, but playing defense in the NBA is not easy, and it's almost always a growing pain for any kind of rookie, whether they're a guard or a big. But yeah, I'm just really excited to see what he can do. And then with Brooks, I don't have super high expectations for him. He was drafted in the second round, like I said, 44th overall. But I watched this one video of him. He got his front teeth knocked out after a game, and he was just super stoked to get back. And that's the kind of energy that the Oklahoma City, Thunder base will love. If he plays anything like a Caruso, a Lou Dort, and can improve that shot, who knows? There might be a chance. So, luckily, we'll get to see Barnhizer in summer league, but Thomas Sorber won't be in summer league. He'll still be recovering, probably getting back into kind of game shape slowly but surely. So yeah, I'm excited about our rookies. It'll be fun to see how much they actually play and what kind of role they play, and obviously just what that looks like in the future. So my expectations are just not to see a ton of Thomas Sorber minutes, but I do think they do have a plan for him to fit that Isaiah Hartenstein role, because eventually, the Thunder are going to have to make some difficult decisions, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's where we start with iHeart, even though I love him so much. All right, the other couple other things I'd love to just discuss is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He just signed a Supermax, much deserved. He's the at least second best player. I could make an argument for the number one top guy in the league. But yeah, I got the Supermax, $285 million over 4 years. That's an average of $71 million a year. And a friend of mine and me, we did a little math, and that comes out to about $200,000 a day. So that's a whole lot of moolah, but I'm excited for him. I'm excited for the Thunder just to get that over with and know that we've got him locked up for several more years. And of course, by all accounts, I think he's happy here, and we've got more championships to contend for, so why wouldn't you stick around, of course? But yeah, that's, and it just makes me so thankful and grateful thinking about all the great players we've had. Obviously, it starts with Russell, Kevin Durant, even Paul George, and now we've got Shai, and who knows, he might be the best out of all of them. I think he's certainly already the greatest Thunder, because he had a phenomenal year doing things that only guys like Michael Jordan have done, and he got us a championship. So just super stoked to have Shai, and know that we've got him for several more years. Last but not least, I'd like to talk about Summer League a little bit. So Summer League will be here soon. It's so crazy. So when you go so deep into the finals and the playoffs, you have the draft like a few days later, and then you turn around and you have Summer League already just like a week later. So Summer League in Utah and Salt Lake City is July 5th, so just here in a couple of days, and then Vegas will be the 10th through the 16th. And I've touched on this a little bit. Sorber won't be playing. He's going to be basically getting in shape and still kind of recovering from his injury. But Brooks Barnhizer, our other rookie, he will be playing for sure, at least from what I've seen. And then what is really getting everyone excited, myself included, is that we'll get to see Topic. Nikola Topic is going to play in Summer League. So I'm excited to start seeing some of those highlights and clips kind of pop up on Twitter. Again, it's just so crazy because, we're used to not seeing basketball for several months. And to go from finals and then Summer League, it's just wild. But I'm excited to see what Topic looks like in Summer League, and of course, more importantly, what he looks like next season. Definitely, he can't shoot, I don't think, but he's super smart and can get to the rim and has great finishing, great touch around the rim. So I am extremely excited about that. So with that, I'm going to end it, but I'd like to say bye. Thunder up, and I will talk to you later.